Hello everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome to another Premier League preview. Tonight, of course, we're going to be previewing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first game in charge of Manchester United as we travel to Cardiff City tomorrow afternoon. 5:30 kickoff, so not 3 o'clock, 5:30 kickoff if you guys don't know already. But before we get into it, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also check out all the links in the description down below as well. Welcome to Angelino and the Tactical Show for joining us already. Thanks for joining, guys. If you want to leave your thoughts, please do feel free to do so. I'll be reading them out throughout the stream, and if you guys are watching as a video, please let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and welcome Rashford as well. But it's a big game and it's a very, very exciting prospect as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer takes charge of Manchester United for the first time, and he hasn't had too long with the squad. I think kind of less than 2 days with the squad, but he doesn't have too much pressure on him to get results straight away. And going to an old club, here's one of his old clubs, Cardiff, of course, a club which he didn't have too much success at, obviously got them relegated, but he wasn't in a very good position to start with. But he'll, have fond memories then. Hopefully he will have learned from his experience at Cardiff, and hopefully he doesn't take us down like they did them. But I'm sure he won't, and I'm sure he'll bring smiles back to the faces of a lot of Manchester United fans. He's come out in his comments today and, been really positive and, really, said that he wants to bring the identity back that we lost with the likes of Mourinho and Van Gaal in charge. I'm excited to see some attacking football. I'm excited, definitely. Welcome Sickball, Dazza and Patrick. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks for joining. As I said, please leave a like if you haven't already. Tactical Show says he can't wait for Saturday. Me neither, pal. Me neither. Rashford said, yes, Kieran, if there's Skype, I will. Yeah, I'll see. I'll try and get the Skype working a bit later on in the show. Dazza says, I'm going live at 5 for Borough versus Reading preview with David Hoyle. Hope United game goes well. Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. But if you want to go check out Dazza's channel, his link in the description down below as well. Sigball says Merry Christmas. Obviously, a few more days yet, but yeah, as I said, thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to you guys, of course. Patrick says, hi man, why early today anyways? Good to be here. Yeah, well, I started streaming a bit earlier today just because, obviously, I will be going away tomorrow, so I've decided to do it a bit earlier so I can prepare for, going away tomorrow. That's why it's a bit earlier. But obviously, more of you guys can watch, so that's great. Roger says, I think we're going to give Cardiff a very hot Christmas gift. Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. Let's hope we get off to the perfect start, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets off to the perfect start as well. Although, I'm not putting too much pressure on him, to be honest. He's a manager who hasn't had too much experience of the Premier League, and he's someone who's going to be coming in just to kind of hold down the fort until we bring in a new long-term manager. I'm not putting too much pressure on him to win any games or anything like that. I think he just wants to play good football, and I think he can't lose the fans if we just play good football. So that's all he needs to do for me, and I think he will do. Dazza says, I'm liking my new badge. Yeah, I'd like it as well. I saw you post about it. It looks really, really nice. And yeah, as I said, go check out his channel in the description down below if you want more of Dazza. Angelino said, trip to Old Trafford on Boxing Day doesn't sound too bad anymore, does it? Yeah. Obviously, I hope you enjoy your trip to Boxing Day, trip to Old Trafford on Boxing Day, Angelino. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm sure you will. I think we're playing Huddersfield, aren't we? So yeah, we should get the win in that one. Although again, I'm not taking anything for granted, but I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Welcome Jack, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. He reckons 7-0 victory to United. I tell you what, that would be absolutely beautiful. Just gonna do that for a second. As Dazza says there, like, comment, sub. Yes, guys, please do feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, guys, we're trying to hit 500 subscribers by Christmas, so we've only got 4 days left to hit 500 subscribers. So anything you guys can do to help us out, whether that's sharing the stream, liking the stream, anything like that, if we could hit that goal before Christmas, that would absolutely make my Christmas and my year. So thank you so much for all support, and if you could get us over that line of 500 subscribers, that would be absolutely amazing. So thank you very much. Welcome Yash on the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. But yes, Cardiff City. Now, Cardiff, I'm going to get into them in a moment. Just talk about the opposition as we do at the start. Cardiff, obviously 16th in the table. Had a really poor start to the Premier League, and I think a lot of people, including myself, wrote them off completely. I thought the way they started the season so poorly, and the lack of investment that they brought into the club, I thought they were doomed. I thought they were going to be relegated. I thought they were one of the dead certainties to be relegated. But in recent weeks, they have come back. They've won 3 out of their last 6 games, which is very, very good for a promoted side. And they seem to be, trying to get back up the table, and they're out of the relegation zone as well. So ultimately, I think Neil Warnock's doing a decent job with Cardiff. I think, staying up is their priority this season, and currently they are outside the relegation zone. So, they're doing fine, especially in recent weeks. They're proving they can be a very, very difficult match. Recently beat Wolves as well. Very highly rated team in Wolves, who are obviously playing tonight against Liverpool. Hopefully they can get a result. But, Cardiff, they've got some really decent players in there. They gave Arsenal a game at home earlier in the season. Arsenal obviously running out 3-2 winners. But they gave... What?
What was the problem with delivering the cards? Why could no one deliver my cards?
Well, I did... I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I just want, I asked if people could do that. Simple job.
Well, there you go. But yeah, no, obviously, Wolves are a very decent side. Cardiff, of course, they've got some decent players. They've got some players who've played in the Premier League before. Junior Hoylett, very, very highly rated, scored a fantastic goal against Wolves, in fact, to get them the win as well. So, they've got some really decent players, some real quality players. So, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy whatsoever. But you know what? We have to, we have to go into that game with. I think we have to go in with high spirits. Let's be honest. Mourinho's gone now, and even though I wouldn't say I was judging Mourinho out. I don't really agree with turning against the manager, but I think a lot of the fan base was. And now he's gone. Now I think there's a lot more fans with a lot more positive vibes. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that, and I'm going into this game with an open mind. And as I said in the start, a fresh start is what is needed. Yeah, so I think you have to be optimistic going into this game. And as I said, I don't think Solskjaer can really lose in terms of if he plays attacking football, then no one's going to turn against him. And he's just holding down the fort for the new manager. But Cardiff will be a stern test. And, at home against the big side, Cardiff's fans are going to be right up for it. And we're going to have to play to the best of our abilities because... And I'm sure we will, because I think there'll be some players who weren't really working under Mourinho, who kind of down tools under Jose Mourinho, who are now going to be working a lot harder. So let's hope so. Yeah, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Patrick also says, Ollie has spoken to Alex Ferguson and taken his advice. No worries. Only way is up for us from here. Yeah, I think it's good that he's taking advice from his former manager, one of the greatest managers of all time, and I think he will. I think he knows the club. He understands the club. He's been a part of it, and he knows the philosophy that the United fans want to see on the pitch. He knows that it's built on attacking football, giving youth a chance. All things that he said in his recent press conference. So I'm confident that he can get decent performances out of this team, because if you look at our squad, we've got a very talented group of players. So there's no reason why we can't go out there and play really, really well. There's no reason why. And Solskjaer, I reckon, can get that out of the players. But obviously, as I said, I'm still not putting a lot of pressure on him, even if we don't start well, or he takes a bit of time adapting. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, because I don't have any expectations. I don't think we're going to get into the top 4 this season, so there's no point kind of putting loads of pressure on him. Antonio says, read somewhere that Alderweireld is still a top target for January. Why not get him sooner while Mourinho was still here? I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I think Mourinho will definitely regret that, and I think the club will regret that as well. I think it was clear that Mourinho was not happy with the recruitment in the summer, really not happy with the fact we didn't bring in a centre-back of his choice, and I think a lot of fans were very unhappy with that. But he needed to kind of carry on with the players we had, because we had some decent centre-backs. But it would have been nice to bring in Alderweireld, and it was frustrating that we didn't get him over the line. And if we do get him over the line in January, then I think Mourinho himself will be very frustrated with that outcome. But I think the United fans would definitely welcome it, and if we strengthen our defence, because our defensive record this season has been nothing short of a joke. If we have to strengthen our defence, and I think bringing in Alderweireld to partner someone like Bailly or Lindelof would be perfect for me. Rasmus says he's older than Eddie Howe. He's 45 and Eddie's 41. He might make an impact for the Red Devils. Yeah, look, I think Solskjaer, he might make an impact, but his job for me isn't to make an impact and try and get us top 4 and win the Champions League. He's just there to kind of help the board buy some time, restructure behind the scenes and make it easier for the new manager coming in, whether that's Pochettino, whether that's Zidane, whether that's anyone else, to come in and actually have a chance of being successful at this club. So, as I said, I'm not putting too much pressure on Solskjaer to produce many results, but it'd be great if he did. Yash says positivity looks to be back, but we have to keep that positivity on the field. I think they will. I think tomorrow you'll see a lot of players, really working hard, really wanting to, be in the first team, be in that starting 11 for the rest of the season, and the only way they can do that is impress Solskjaer in this game. So I think we will get a very, very solid performance from the lads tomorrow, and if we don't, then it's their fault themselves if they don't start the next few games. This is for them to put themselves, advertise themselves to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for the rest of the season. So if they want to, they have to play well in this game. Rasmus, welcome to stream. Rasmus, thanks for joining as always. Please leave a like if you haven't already as well. Yeah, says couple of big results with any opposition, few results like 4-0, 5-0 will bring us a lot of hope. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when was the last time we actually battered a team? Yes, Fulham 4-1, that was a very, very decent win for us, but to the end of the day, it was Fulham. And they look really, really poor side. I think they're definitely one of those which actually, now thinking about it, they look like they could go down. Claudio Ranieri, has done a brilliant job in the past at keeping teams up, but I'm not sure if they have the resources to do that at Fulham. But you never know what happens in the January transfer window, of course. That can change people's fortunes around, so there's still time for him. But yeah, if we were to get a 4 or 5-0 win away from home, that would be class. Rasmus says, I can't believe till the end you were not still Jose out, lol. But anyway, he's gone now. Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, I wasn't fully Jose Mourinho out. Definitely after that Liverpool result, I knew he wasn't going to be able to turn it around. I knew some of the players had down tools. And once that happens, once some of the players stop playing for you, there's no point. There's really no point. I think that's the point where the manager has to leave. And, I think everyone kind of knew that. I didn't expect him to be sacked so soon, but I knew he was going to go eventually, so it was just a matter of time, really. But yeah, he's gone now. We've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the team, and I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to hit the ground running, and hopefully he does. But as I said, I'm not putting too much pressure on him to get loads of results for us or anything like that. Yeah, says, what are your thoughts on Pogba's dance after Jose sacked? I felt it was immature. I don't know. I mean, look, I think players are definitely, entitled to have a life out of football, and they can express themselves any way they want, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, Pogba, there's a story about, what he posted afterwards. I mean, I feel that it was a scheduled tweet, and actually did come out that it was a scheduled tweet, so I'm not too worried about it. And I don't think Pogba was meaning to be disrespectful to Jose Mourinho. But look, there's no question that their relationship was poor. It was a really kind of fragile relationship, and look, I don't know. I don't see Pogba, what he's done has been disrespectful. But he's entitled to live his own life. He's entitled to do whatever he wants. But until everything kind of gets proven, I don't want to kind of make statements on things which aren't proven or whatever. But yeah, I didn't mind it, to be honest. But obviously, you guys might have different opinions. Patrick says, what formation does he play at Mould, and what formation do you think he'll play at United now? I'm not too sure what formation he played at Molde, to be fair. I'm not 100% sure what formation he played. But look, I think he's going to look to play the similar formation to what Sir Alex Ferguson played when he was still manager. He said he was going to try and take a lot of notes and learn from Sir Alex's time at Old Trafford. So I think it'll be very, very similar to that. The formation I've gone with... the formation I've gone with is a 4-2-3-1 formation. I feel like that could be the one that he goes with, but you never know. Honestly, this is going to be kind of the first a glimpse tomorrow of his team that he's going to be taking forward through the rest of the season that we get. So it's going to be very, very interesting on a lot of levels. Welcome to Football Crew Show on the stream. Thanks for joining. He says, I'm feeling a bit calm about the Ole Solskjaer situation as caretaker manager, but I'm not getting carried away, but hope he gets a few results. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I'm very, very similar. I'm not getting carried away whatsoever. You know, he's someone who's a club legend. He's going to get the feel-good factor back at Old Trafford. And, you know, fair play to him, and hopefully he does well. But I wouldn't want to see him as a permanent manager. I don't think he's got enough experience. I don't think he's got enough pedigree to be the permanent manager. So I think he'll do a really good job of uniting the fan base and you know, holding down the fort until we can bring somebody else in. So yeah, I'm not putting too much pressure on him, but if he could get us a few results and, you know, we could go on a bit of a run in the Champions League, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as I said, I'm not putting too much pressure on him. Angelino says the next string of games are winnable. Cardiff, Huddersfield, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Reading. Win the first one emphatically, and who knows what form we can be in by the time Tottenham fixture. Yeah, exactly. You never know. I mean, he's definitely got a chance to win his first few games, and I think that'll definitely get the fans buzzing. And as I said, he's not got too much pressure, but I think, you know, the players are going to really want to play for them. And I tell you, we've got some really talented players in our team. And if they do, you know, play for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and if they play to the best of their ability and really, you know, put the effort in, like some players clearly weren't when Jose Mourinho was in charge, then I'm sure we'll get the win, because, you know, we've got some really talented players, and if they're playing to the best of their ability, they can be unstoppable. So, as I said, you know, if they just, you know, play to the best of their ability, work hard and implement the philosophy that Solskjaer puts in, I'm sure we'll do well. Rashford says, even though I was Josie out, in that day I cried from school when I remember his face. I cried because I always remember when he held the Europa League. Yeah, look, I know. I mean, it was sad. Obviously, you got to remember, you know, in football, you know, in reality, it was someone losing their job, and it's never nice. And I think a lot of fans knew it was coming, but for me, I was quite shocked. I didn't think it was going to come so soon, but, you know, it's happened, and we have to get over it now. You know, we're into a new era, and obviously he did bring us a lot of trophies, well, 2 trophies to be exact, and got us back in the Champions League, and won us a trophy which this club hasn't won before. So in that respect, we have to be thankful. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and you know, he did the best he could at the club, and it's time for somebody else to take over. Welcome Ethan, welcome to E3 Ethan, thanks for joining. And Rasmus says, I wouldn't put too much pressure on Ollie too. He just has to win the Champions League, and that's it. Laura Bird Di Matteo did for Chelsea. Kidding, of course. Yeah, mate, that'd be absolutely sick. If he won the Champions League, I'd be over the moon. I'd be absolutely over the moon, because I think that's our only possibility of getting into the Champions League this season. So if he won the Champions League, it would be absolutely mental. I don't think it would happen, but it'd be an unbelievable footballing story if that was to happen. But now I know we've got into the preview a bit. I am now going to show you my predicted lineup for the game. Of course, you guys can leave your thoughts on what your predicted lineups would be in the live chat and in the comment section down below if you haven't already. But I will be giving you my predicted lineup for the game. And you know what? It's very attacking, and I think Solskjaer for his first game, I think, as I said, he cannot lose if he just plays an attacking style of play, and, you know, gets the fans back on side and plays entertaining football. If he does that, there's no way there's no way that anyone's gonna, you know, think of him badly. So that's what I'm thinking. So here we go. Here is my predicted lineup for the game. So, as you can see there, I've gone with a 4-2-3-1 formation. And I've gone with De Gea in goal. I think he's going to play Dalot, Bailly, Lindelof and Shaw. I mean, I'd love to see that back four. I think, personally, that is probably our best back four in terms of going forward as well. And Bailly and Lindelof together, I think, would be a fantastic partnership. 2 in midfield, I'm hoping he goes with Pogba and Fred. I think he might go into Manu Matic. I've also heard as well, just quickly on the defence, that potentially Ashley Young will still be captain of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team. So I think Young could be starting instead of Dalot, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. I'm hoping he does play Pogba and Fred in that midfield too. And then the 3 in behind someone like Anthony Martial, because obviously Lukaku is still away on compassionate leave. I'm going to go with Lingard, Mata and Rashford, and then and Martial up top. So that is my predicted lineup, and I hope he does go with that lineup. I think a lot of United fans will get him back on side. Martial up front, we obviously signed him as a forward back in 2016, and I think that's where he should be. That is where Martial's best position is, and I think that's where he can be most creative. Mata, of course, back into the side, and as I said, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can get those front four and Pogba playing to the best of their ability, we could have a really, really good team on our hands. But obviously, it's going to take a lot, and I'm not putting pressure on him to do that. So that's my predicted lineup. You guys can leave your thoughts on the lineup in the live chat, of course. Rashford says, as a fan, you don't feel the pain when your manager gets sacked, but if you have a good heart, you must cry. Let's imagine a manager's effort and leave a trophy win in there. Exactly. Well, look. I think we're all grateful for what he's done. I think there's some fans who are really, really happy that he has left the club. I think everyone is very, very grateful of what he achieved and what he's done at the club. So you've got to take your hat off to him and say thank you for the memories. Some really good, memorable games as well. So. Look, even though he's moved on, he's still going to be in Manchester United history for seasons to come. And, he's left his mark, definitely. Yash says, bye, Victor, Short, Young, De Gea, Pogba, Herrera, Matic, Martial, Lingard and Rashford. Yeah, I have missed out Ander Herrera, who I think is definitely, who could definitely get into the team as well. There's a few players there, because of my formation, do miss out, especially in the midfield, that could be included. So, Patrick says, you can feel these United players will play for Ole. If they don't play for him, they can't play for United at all, if you know what I mean. Exactly. If you're not going to play for a club legend, then, you may as well leave the club. And anyway, it's not about playing for the manager. It's about playing for the badge on the front of the shirt. And if you play for the badge on the front, they'll remember the name on the back. And I think that's a philosophy that some United players at the club have to start embodying, because if they don't, the fans are going to turn on them even more. Yash says, Ollie spoke a lot about Lingard and Rashford, so I guess he'll play both of them. Fred and Mata maybe off the bench. Yeah, I think I'd love to see Fred get a bit more of an opportunity in the team. I'm not sure if he will do, but I'd love to see him get more of an opportunity, because I think he definitely deserves it. And I think Solskjaer, as I said, he can't lose, and I think he'll definitely try out different combinations, so he might get some very interesting combinations in tomorrow's game and in games going forward, which I'm all open to, because he can't do any worse than what we were doing in the last few games, so he can try anything for all I care, honestly. Rashford goes with a 4-1 win to Manchester United. Again, that would be absolutely beautiful, mate. Rashford says, well, getting a sack in football is different, because the managers will get millions. It's not as if their life's going to be stuck now. So personally, I don't have hard feelings when a manager is sacked. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. Obviously, Mourinho is going to get a huge payout from Manchester United for being sacked. And, fair play to him. I think, managing one of the best clubs in the world, biggest clubs in the world, you are going to get the money. But I do think still, for a man's job, he has lost his job, and he did look like he kind of, wanted to stay. But I have to say, when he was being taken away in the taxi, he did look the most relaxed I've seen Jose Mourinho in a long time. So maybe he knew that his time was coming to an end, and maybe he knew he had to go. So I don't know. If it was mutual, then I don't feel too sorry for him. But guys, this preview's not going to be as long as usual. I am going to get into my score prediction right now. So if you guys are watching, please do leave your thoughts in the live chat of your score prediction for the game. Before I get into it, Raza says, I'm really looking forward to seeing Pogba. If he keeps putting mediocre performances, then I would conclude that he's a mediocre as a player. Well, exactly. Paul Pogba has to perform tomorrow. Pogba has to perform tomorrow. If he doesn't, the fans are not going to respect him. I think a lot of the fans would say that Pogba was one of the massive reasons why Jose Mourinho left the club, his relationship, and some would say that Pogba got Mourinho sacked, but I'm not sure how true that is. But he has to start performing straight away, and against Cardiff, he has to be at his best. If he isn't, then I think a lot of United fans will start going, you know what, Pogba's not the player we thought he was, and they won't support him as much. But look, he has to start performing. He definitely has to hit the ground running straight away. But I'm going to get into my score prediction right now for the game. Now, I feel that, we are going to go into this game as favourites. I think, we're going into this game with very, very high spirits. And I am looking forward to it greatly. I really am looking forward to it. Seeing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first game in charge of Manchester United. I'm expecting a very decent performance from the guys. I think they're really going to run for him. They're really going to, you know, play to the best of their ability. I think we will win the game. I think we will win it. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Manchester United. Same as my boy Yash down there. I'm going to go with 3-1 win. I think Cardiff being at home will be up for it as well, and I think they will nick a goal. So I'm going to go with 3-1 to United, and that is my score prediction. 3 points, 3 goals. A first win for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would be superb, and you couldn't ask for any more, really. Yash, as I said, goes for 3-1. Patrick says, thinking about the prospect of Poch in the summer is very exciting indeed. Yeah, of course, I think Solskjaer's really just here to kind of hold up the fort in a way, but you know, he's just there to kind of hold up the fort. But I think Pochettino to come in afterwards in the summer, and if he's actually backed, we could have a very, very good team. But he has to be backed by the board, so hopefully he can. Rasmus goes with a 5-1 scoreline. That'd be a perfect start, wouldn't it? Absolutely perfect start. Rasmus says, I think some players should know what Manchester United archive is. The pass, so they respect the badge of the Red Devils. Exactly. Well, exactly. Look, they have to respect, you know, what this club's history is and what it means to play for Manchester United and the philosophy of the club, and I think in the heritage. And if you don't respect that as a player of Manchester United, then there's no point of you playing. But that's my opinion. Ramsden says, by the way, the Scousers will play tonight. Come on, Wolves. Better those Scousers, please. I hope so. Let's hope Wolves do take some points off Liverpool, and Liverpool get knocked off their perch. That'd be brilliant. Obviously, Wolves obviously drew 1-1 against Man City, beat Chelsea, so hopefully they can do a similar result against Liverpool tonight. But I am going to end it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Obviously, it's a bit earlier than usual tonight. It's just because I have to prepare for leaving tomorrow. So, thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate you guys watching. I'll try and get up a match review, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Please do leave your thoughts and any questions you have for me in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to answer them for you. But first game for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I cannot wait for tomorrow's game. Really looking forward to it. If you guys haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel as well. Trying to hit 500 subscribers by Christmas. So anything you guys can do to help that will be absolutely fantastic. But anyway, thank you so much for watching as always, guys. Really appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next